Hi, my name is Lucas Kohnle, and my video today is about atomic habits. And my main focus today is the four most important laws. And the first law is about to make it obvious, like the bad habit, like how are you making it obvious so that you can change the bad habit and make it a good one, because that's really hard to do. It takes unbelievably 21 days to change a habit, which is, I would say, unbelievably long. And the second law focuses on making the good habit more attractive, like so you have easier to do it, like you want to do it more and not make it unattractive. Like you need to make your bad habits unattractive, because then you don't want to do it, because it's unattractive. And we always want to do something that's attractive to do, which is simple. And then we have the third law, which is to make it easy, which a little bit I talked about in the second law. But if you make a habit easy, it's easier to stick. Like to build the habit on 21 days, which you actually can stick the habit. But if you don't make it easy, then it's also going to be harder to stick. And that's really a problem for most people who say they have a New Year's revolution, but 2 weeks later, they don't go in the gym if that's what was their New Year's resolution. And last but not least, we have the fourth law, which is to make it satisfying. To make it really something you wake up and you think, yes, I'm about to do this, and not, oh no, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, that's the difference between sticking a good habit, because you need to make it satisfying, and you should not make a bad habit satisfying, because then it's pretty much impossible to create good habits and to break the bad ones. And now I want to make the time to say a little bit about me, examples where some things that I struggle with that became better. Could be fear of missing out, which many probably already know, where you think you're missing out on many things, which I really felt when I was younger. But in terms of me getting older, I just realized that you don't need to have the fear of missing out, because there's so much to live for, and you have so many opportunities to do anything you want. And if it's one party you miss, for example, it's not the biggest of deals, which you maybe think it is, because there's many parties in my age. I'm 18, and well, many say, like, if you don't drink at a party, example, it's not the Danish culture. But well, we are really good at drinking, but if you stand out of that, I also had the fear of being judged about not drinking alcohol, which I, with the time, just found out that I started drinking a little, but not in the blackout kind of things, like not that much alcohol. So like more like with a couple of pals, like it's more nice, I would say. And yeah, then you can also go to parties with others, and that's also very good. And yeah, last but not least, feared to be judged on what you do. Like I used to do that pretty much every day when I was younger, but I just found out when I was older that I really need to not think so much about what other people think of me, because if you are going to let it matter that much every day, then you're simply not gonna, how do you say it best, you can simply not have a relaxed life, like where you don't have to think about that and just be natural, because that's so hard to do. And well, I still see myself like that's also something that I can be better at, but I'll try to say something about my experience to help you guys with which, if any other people are feeling the same way, they can look at my channel and they can watch this video to like see they're not alone, and they can help with the 4 laws which I talked about earlier. And that is really the Atomic Habits, which I shortly said how I think it was, because I think it's very very good to break bad habits and to make good ones. Also, like habit stacking, so you have one good habit, but you need another good habit, like you love to run, but you also want to train more, for example. Then you do, when you run, you maybe go back, and when you are at the home again, then first things first, you pack your things to training, and then right after go to training. So you get habit stacking. Every time you run, you do something other that's also a good habit. And this was just an example. Like, it could be many other things. But the fact that if you do it and you can habit stack in the positives and not make too many negative habits, it can really change your life. And as I said, it's so simple. And then it's not that simple, because it's 21 days to change a habit, which is really long. It's 3 weeks, and it's hard at the start, the first week. But then if you can stick to it the second and the third week, you can stick to a new habit. And that's the essence of the book, really. And that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Thanks for watching until the end of the video. You can gladly put a like, subscribe, and give a comment if you have a video idea in mind which you would like me to do. I'll be doing a lot of self-help content, like helping you guys become better versions of yourself. I'm currently also on the journey, so I'll be taking you guys with me.